Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. We recently just got news that the Breath of the Wild sequel, the one that we've been waiting for since Breath of the Wild's release back in 2017, has been delayed to 2023. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because obviously I don't want people to crunch and, to kill themselves over making a game. And while I am, disappointed because, I'm a huge Zelda fan and of course I want to play Breath of the Wild too, but not at the expense of, having them rush the game and having it not run well or having the team, work tirelessly to get it out the door. Yeah, I would just rather them delay it to next year in the springtime and just have the game as a better package overall. Because yeah, like the Miyamoto quote, whatever. So that's not the entire update though. I mean, we actually got some new footage, a very tiny bit of new footage, but footage nonetheless. We essentially got two brand new scenes that we have yet to see of this game. And out of these two very small scenes, and I mean like not even the full scene, just like little clips of the scene, cut in a way where we don't really see too much, but we see just enough to have us raise even more questions than we had about the game prior to this update. In the first scene, we have Link looking back at his Master Sword, or even something behind him, but his Master Sword is glowing, kind of like Fi would do in Skyward Sword. Like she would glow and like that's how she would communicate to Link in that game. So maybe there's something like that where like that's Link's companion in a sense, is Fi again. That would be really cool. I would really like to see the Breath of the Wild take on Fi. But at the same time, he could just be looking behind him at something, and the glowing sword is just, it's just glowing for some reason. But also, if you look at his hand, it's also glowing, kind of like the Triforce, but instead of actually being the Triforce, it's this weird symbol on his hand. Now, we could take this and say like, oh, the symbol means something, but I don't know. It could also be like the Triforce just under that glove of his, or not glove, but like under his hand, because there's that Sheikah tech surrounding his arm, surrounding his hand, and of course his arm is all cursed and, well, what looks to be cursed and stuff. But it really could be the Triforce just like underneath there, or the beginning of the Triforce. I don't know. And I don't really know what that symbol means, or if that's even a symbol, if it's just weird markings. But it is something to note. And of course we got a random glowing light in front of him, which could literally be anything, honestly. I don't know. Then we cut to the Master Sword being completely destroyed. I mean, it's barely hanging on, and it also looks cursed, kind of like Link's arm. And there is so many questions. Like, obviously Link has his long hair. We do see Link's face, which is nice, because for some reason, like in the first couple trailers, they didn't really show Link's face very much. So I was like, okay, so what are they going to do with his face? Like, are they going to change his eye? Like, what's going on? Did the curse mark go up to his face? But it seems like it's just going, like, barely to his shoulder, to his, like, right side. And, again, if we're looking at his arm, it does look like there's some kind of Sheikah technology, wrapping around the cursed arm. Maybe trying to seal it so it doesn't, like, consume the rest of his body. But then again, it could be like a good thing. Like I keep saying curse. Again, we don't know what it is, but it could be a curse that, allows him to access Sheikah powers as somewhat. I don't know. But his hand's glowing. There's that curse again, and the Master Sword is again broken. So like, what's going on? It just brings up more questions. But honestly, as disappointed, because I'm going to be disappointed at the delay of a game that I've been looking forward to playing. But at the same time, like, I'm not mad because one, I kind of expected it to be either this holiday or next spring. Like, either holiday 2022 or spring of 2023. So, like, I'm glad they're at least just telling us, like, hey, it's going to be delayed. Like, no hiding that or sweeping under the rug. Just like, hey, that's what's happening. I still expect more Breath of the Wild news to be dropped at E3, because I think that would be the perfect time to show off more of this game. Or, of course, like in a later direct near the holidays. But I think E3 would be a perfect time to at least give the title of the game. I'm so tired of calling this the sequel or the next game or Breath of the Wild 2. I'm so tired of not knowing the actual title of this game. So hopefully, the next time we hear anything about this game, it will be the freaking title. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm, of course, a little disappointed. But at the same time, I'm glad they're taking their time. They're taking their sweet time. Good. Make this a fantastic game. You know, they have some interesting quotes in here as well. You get to explore some of the sky, which we already kind of knew, but it's nice to see, you know, even more confirmation on that. But also they're expanding the world beyond the sky, which I hope that means access to like caves, underwater segments, like being able to go underwater, or just brand new areas that's, you know, maybe on the outskirts of Hyrule. That would be so cool. They've had what, 5 to 6 years of, you know, working on this game. I would be disappointed if it was still in the same Hyrule that the previous game was in, you know, without any significant changes. That would be just really disappointing. But it seems like they are just going beyond that world, which is so incredibly exciting. And of course, they say there's going to be a wider variety of features, and of course, we've seen that with like Link, you know, swimming through like land and just popping his head up and just like being okay with whatever just happened there. I don't know. I'm excited for, of course, when this game releases, but it is a shame that it got delayed. But again, at the same time, I'm totally cool with it because we have a stacked holiday this year. Like, we have a stacked year, let alone holiday. Like, we have Pokemon coming out on holiday. We have Xenoblade. We have Mario Strikers in the summer. Splatoon 3. Possibly Bayonetta 3. And that's just on the Nintendo side. We have possibly God of War. Like, we have all of this stuff. all of this gaming stuff. And while I would have liked to see Breath of the Wild this year, I'm okay with having the sequel to Breath of the Wild being, you know, come out next year. Give next year some good games, you know. I'm excited. I'm really excited. And you know what? This small amount of footage will last me till E3. Believe it or not, it'll last me to E3 because I really think we're going to see Breath of the Wild at E3. Just please give us the title. But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. Are you disappointed? Are you frustrated with all these different date changes? You know, Nintendo, why can't you just make up your mind? I hope that's not the case because, you know, game development is so, you never know what's going to happen. You know, there's so many ideas being flown around. And of course, you want to make the game the best that you can. So, like, don't be too harsh. It's good that they're telling us this now. But yeah, it's a little disappointing, but I'm glad they showed us a little bit more footage of the game. You know, just kind of giving us something to talk about, some new footage to talk about. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, and be sure to check out the rest of my channel for, you know, if you're just stopping by, go ahead and check out the rest of the channel. And if you like this video, give it a like and consider subscribing for more content like this, for random news updates and tier lists apparently, and video game reviews. Hopefully I just beat the new Kirby Forgotten Lands game, and I'm really excited to talk about that. So stay tuned for that kind of stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.